Hey there, guys. This is Joe's Corner. This is a thing we decided to start doing due to a mention in a podcast we had a while ago.
On base?
Yes, on
Okay.
base. This is a plug at the very beginning for you.
Oh, yeah, like,
There
good
you
point.
go. Because I got to start plugging you because you plug me.
Yeah, I plug you in everything I make.
Which is...
I plugged you in, like, Force stuff. And Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, so...
Well, we need to start
Seems
catching
like
up here.
you need to start
Catching
plugging
up.
base damage.
Looks like I don't have to pay you a thing for that, Ren. What? No, just kidding. Go ahead.
So I know you guys are asking what base damage is. In case you don't know, base damage is a Weiss podcast that me and Kool-Aid and a couple other friends started doing about 4 or 5 months ago.
The other guy at the table, too.
Right,
and friends.
right,
I
right. You
haven't
said
introduced
friends.
him yet.
Oh, go ahead.
I mentioned you.
Hi, I'm Kool-Aid.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, this is Kool-Aid over here.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
Timmy. You guys probably remember me from old videos on this channel.
Oh yeah, if you really want to go look at Pokemon Crystal. If I get
Please
enough
stop
help,
plugging that.
I can bring it back. That was one of the best series I ever did. I appreciate that one.
The
Okay.
series where you William Shatnered everything.
Yes, because William Shatner is the best kind of tool you can use. But this podcast is about anime, manga, video games. And we'll go on different topics. We'll talk about different things, whatever we feel like talking about for that day.
/ whatever Joe feels like.
Exactly. So what I want to start off with, before we get into our topic, is everyone giving a background for themselves. So I'll start with Mr. Timmy over here, because
Wait.
Kool-Aid's busy over here.
What?
No, I'm just... Like,
Okay.
That's kind of what I'm wondering, too, is what I was like background.
Okay, so what's your history with anime, manga,
Okay,
video games?
so since I am the oldest in this group of people, because I'm...
Yeah, you should go
You're
first.
how old?
He's 23.
23.
Okay, I got both of you by like 3 years.
Yeah, so you
So,
should go
okay.
first.
God, I started with like Toonami, like back when Toonami was coming on weekdays. So
Oh, bro,
DV
back when it was like Magoozy and crap.
Ooh.
I remember when it changed over to Magoozy.
Yeah, right.
I'm just saying,
That's what I'm
Koleoko
saying,
was my
yeah.
shit.
Coleco was fantastic.
But like DBZ, Sailor Moon. I remember when DBZ was like first starting. I'm
Yep.
just saying
Yep.
over in America.
Nice and 6 o'clock every afternoon. I was like, boom, after school, done, on home, DBZ. That's how it
Exactly, because I remember Raditz. No one else remembers Raditz. What?
What, Radish, the little thing?
That-
Actually, you know, they just came out with backstory for Raditz. Fun fact.
Really?
Yeah. I'll tell you guys after this podcast.
To which the Rock
you guys
goes,
can go and
it
watch
doesn't
it."
matter. Okay, but no, like as far as that, all of that, watching FMA on Adult Swim, like when it was Adult Swim, not just like I think just played later on.
Back
Yeah.
when I thought I was a bad boy, like staying up late for Adult Swim, Mom doesn't have to know.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Like back when I thought like okay, go to Best Buy when we had Best Buy in Rocky Mount, and got like Fate Stay Night, Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, and I thought this was like the shit. Like back in the day. Then so much stuff has broken my expectations since then. Then I met Tim, the other Tim, who introduced me to the world of streaming and other
who we're
ways
working
of picking up anime. And anywho, no, we don't pirate. Anyway, yeah, no, I've watched so much anime, it's insane. We could literally just talk about it for hours. Okay, other than that, anything anime related.
Okay.
And because of anything anime related, I enjoy Roy Schwartz. What? Go ahead.
Okay. So since this might help you, what's your top 5 currently?
Oh, wow, you almost shattered my brain there. Let's say, oh my god, just literally my brain started searching through everything. It was
Going through a database.
just error.
Okay,
error.
while he's having a breakdown,
Okay.
and unless, you
Go
can think about
ahead,
it. Go think about it.
Go ahead. Yeah, I gotta think.
Because
Top
you've
five.
seen a lot more than me.
Oh god.
and you
Yeah.
and me combined, he's seen
Yeah,
more.
really. Okay, so my history of anime, as you got tidbits before, it's way back when as a young lad. Where DBZ, if you count Coleco, all that stuff, they were all over the place. Before you realize it was anime, it was just cartoons to you. Then you realize, oh, there's Japanese versions of this. Oh, this is a lot better. Oh, this sounds a lot better. At least in my opinion. You can have your own opinion. And then, I think it all started for me when I watched Naruto as a child.
Oh God.
Just that.
I realized Sasuke is the person I wish to be in life, and that was an issue I had.
Sir, that was a severe issue back in the day. I'm just saying, it's better now.
It's better now, but before I was like, oh man, Sasuke's the coolest. I need to be him. He gets all the women, and then I realized he is an emo freak. But
yeah, that's whatever.
But then I decided to research other anime, and eventually I became quite the anime freak. But not as much as the two to my left and right here. They kind of go ham harder in the paint than I do.
Okay. I think I almost got a top 5 list, but go ahead.
Well, do you have a top 5 list? I already know one of them.
I was like, not that I'm willing to share.
Yeah, I know.
Not that I'm willing to share.
Well, anime, not hentai, sir.
Yes.
Okay, so that narrows it down a lot. I am a very avid for the story. Very avid.
For the story.
Yeah, story.
Story
indeed. But if I had to break it down to a top 5, you can go first since you already did.
Okay. I'm just gonna go. This is going down what is currently complete. Has not had any extra seasons announced, which actually had to narrow it down a whole bunch. Mostly because it's an oldie but a goodie. FMA, honestly, is one of my favorite ones. Like how you said about Sasuke. There was a time where I wanted to be Edward Elric. Like, just straight up.
Except for the arm and leg.
Except for the
I want to lose that too, man. You gotta be
minus
authentic.
the arm and leg. Like,
well, I mean, he already got minus the arm and the leg. Here,
to the point that my buddy made a tabletop RPG, and that was the first character that I ever made in there was Ed in that tabletop RPG, and just shenanigans happened from there. That's whatever. No, I understand all of its flaws, and I accept them wholeheartedly. Guilty Crown being second. ReZero because Rem is best girl. Oh, triggered everyone in the chat. Okay, sorry. Oh God.
All I see is Ram comments. That's all I see.
I know,
Ram.
right? Ram out of nowhere. God.
Trying to prevent my rant. Trying to prevent the rant from starting.
Different one. Yeah. See, so that's why I had to do the trigger in there.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Just there's really so many, and I forgot one already. That's sad. Oh God. Because there's none currently saying that there's going to be season 3. Kind of an off-the-wall one here, but it was also by the same creator as FMA. It was Gendo Saji. Basically translates to Silver Spoon. One of the best slice-of-life animes I've ever seen.
That's on my queue. Need to
so
watch.
Good. Oh my God.
Before we continue, how does is the farm, even though it's about farming and all that stuff, it's that good still?
Yeah.
Okay. Because that threw me off.
Despite the farming, it's still.
What does that mean?
It's Silver Spoon's about farming. And
you haven't
stuff.
watched it. Okay. Premise of it is kid wants to basically is changing schools. He goes to a school that is purely an agricultural high school. It is out in the country of like Egypt, but it is fully self-sufficient as far as all the students have to do work on the entire what do you call it?
Farm.
Not just a farm, but
institute. Let's call it
the
institute.
entire. As far as like the campus, I had to think of the word. They do everything from tending to all these different animals and just basically like I said, the entire thing is self-sufficient. And the kid originally was like this. Like, I don't think this is my thing, but I don't want to have to deal with like any other high schools in Tokyo type thing. And he ends up enjoying the school and appreciating life better. Like, he comes to understand what it is to have to work for everything that you do, and understanding like everyone deserves a second chance and stuff like that. And just the overall premise of it is very good. I don't want to give away too much, but it was one of my. It is one of my favorite, like, just straight up ever. It is really, really good. And then last but not least, because I know this will also trigger people, SAO. What? No, just kidding. No. I'm just really trying to trigger people here. No, I'm just kidding. God, no. Back in the day, Yu Yu Hakusho, like, oh my God, just straight up.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, nice and easy.
But anyway, I'm just gonna leave, that fifth one's just out there. It's I could fill in any spot
You
at
can
any
fill
point
in
in time.
quite a bit, yeah.
Because it's also not existent yet. Siren. I'm just kidding. No.
Good Lord, man.
Also, manga. Oh my God, I could talk forever about manga. Anyway,
Same here.
go ahead.
Hi. Oh,
We're back to
you're
you.
staring at me now.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
it's your turn.
So, top 5 in no particular order so far, at least for me, has been Brotherhood, FMA Brotherhood.
I count like I know I just said FMA overall for my first.
Yeah.
But it does include Brotherhood because I did read the manga. I did watch the original FMA.
Like, I'm just saying Brotherhood because I was told not to watch the first one, so that's exactly what I went and did, was not watch it.
You can appreciate Brotherhood so much more if you watch the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I remember, like, few tidbits on Toonami,
Yeah.
or, like, Adult Swim back then, and I was like, oh, I'm too young to understand what's going on.
Also, some of the best like opening music ever. When
Oh,
you're a
yeah.
kid, it's just like,
I understood the music enough, apparently. But, so, Brothers Have Up Share, Yu Yu Hakusho, because that is a fantastic anime with fantastic characters.
Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm just kidding.
The movie, right? The movie.
You need to die. You need to die a horrible death at that point. Anyway,
I mean, I guess someone here is a fan of Shyamalan.
No,
Like
remember,
Shamamalama.
we gave him one last chance and he failed us miserably. All right,
Failed.
remember that.
Horrifically.
Last Earth or whatever this Will Smith
After
attempt. Yes, that thing. Oh, it's so awful.
Pat.
It's so
Anyway,
awful. Wasting
so
money.
that's 2 down. Now, I don't share this with many people, but in my top 5, even though I accept its faults and everything, Bleach is up there. It's in a high top 5 too, because I love that anime. I don't know what it is about it, but I love it.
Bleach would probably be like in a top 20 for me, but it's mostly because of how long they dragged it out. Like, it got to the point where between that and Naruto, I was just like, I don't care. I just want to see it end. I've read it all the way this long. I just want to see it end.
Yeah,
now.
like I felt more invested to keep going instead of just like, it's
sorry.
a new episode, I need to do it.
When the people who were basically telling the creator, Kubo, to be like, okay, you have one more arc, and we're not doing anything else for this.
He's
I'm
like,
sorry.
I will drag this arc to great.
And he did. He was like, gotcha, fam.
All right, cool.
He held that for so long.
That was like, I swear that was like 3 arcs in a single arc. That arc was too
He had
long.
one other series that was not. I'll rant about that in a second. Go ahead.
Yeah, definitely. And One Piece, it's continuing. It's still up there. It is by far been one of the most intense journeys I've been on as a anime watcher, and it's still going for
Forever.
What episode are we on? Like
770 something.
I just catch up with the movies. As the movies come out, I figure out what stuff is going on and go, okay.
I watch them in bursts. Like, I'll let it slide like 50 episodes and then just watch it all at once and be like, okay, now I don't feel as bad for missing it, because I can't stand. I don't know how people would wait a week right in the middle of like intense action.
Yeah,
I
same
know
thing
you
for
would
Hunter
know.
x Hunter. I'm sorry, it was.
And that brings me to number 5, Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, I don't think we're ever going to see an end to that anime. But
Well,
the anime ended on a nice note. The
the
manga, on the other hand, I don't think we'll ever.
it's still going, but the problem is it obtained the nickname Hiatus X Hiatus
Yeah.
because
Hiatus galore.
they literally had to threaten the dude with like the continued production of it. Like, okay, we're just dropping you if you don't do any work, and he actually had to get off his ass and actually do something.
Yeah.
So
It's like really unfortunate, but
I'm
as
sorry,
good
when
of
you
a.
have- the dude has so many good ideas, but when you have to motivate someone by saying we're done with you, there's a problem.
Well, I mean, he's terminally ill.
It's whatever.
He is terminally ill. I wish he wasn't, because he would probably be doing this all the time. But unfortunately, he is.
I mean, I share different views at that point. I say, oh, if I'm terminally ill, I'm going to go ahead and finish this.
Well, he's
give it
getting.
a really
He
good.
gets like surgeries every so often, to the point where I don't think he can anymore. Like, if
Yeah,
I was
well-
in his shoes, I probably would have been like, look, I
We're
already
gonna finish
taught.
this. Done. Get it
I already
done.
taught
over with.
the wife, who also does Sailor Moon, how to draw these people. I just need her to practice it, and then she can just do it. I think he already wrote like everything that would happen down, but I don't think he. I personally don't think it's gonna get done. But
Back to
hopefully,
creator of Bleach. He made
Taikubo.
Taikubo. Is it Taite or Tai? I don't know.
I always just call him Taikubo.
But he made another manga that basically got stopped after 4 volumes with Zombie Powder, and I actually liked that, and it was really good. But once again, it stopped at 4 volumes, and that's all we got. And I'm like, where's the rest of it? And then I look it up on Wikipedia, and it's like, this is all the dude's ever made, and this is essentially. He said no, because Bleach it just was on the fast track at that point to being like everyone's favorite.
Yeah, I mean, and
So-
also it had like the top 3 spot for quite some time.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't blame him for dropping Zombie Powder, but I'm hoping that now that he had
Bleach
to
is
drop
gone,
Bleach,
yeah.
like he'll get back to Zombie Powder. So I'm hoping that'll come out.
All right.
Now,
So
just sitting here like.
Since we haven't heard from the host of the show, Joe here.
Yeah, I'm going like
let's
15
hear-
minutes quiet
let's
here.
Let's hear your background and top 5. Why don't you?
wow, 15 minutes quiet, and we're not even 15 minutes in.
Yeah,
Anyway,
exactly. Yeah, exactly. My math, man. All right. So, I watched it when I was younger. I was like everyone else with the Pokemans and the Yu Yu
I
hockey
can't count
shows.
Pokemon anymore.
Why not?
I can, but I try not to sometimes.
I'm sorry.
Well, I appreciate the Indigo League, like all the classics.
I actually appreciate not the fact that he didn't win, but how far he got in X and Y.
Oh yeah, he pretty much almost won it.
Hang on.
Like,
You're triggering me. This is going to be another rant entirely on that.
Like,
Because I have some ranting to do about that.
I will instead limit it to not so much the tournament and the
Oh, no,
overall
I understand.
thing,
I understand. Like,
but-
I watch Pokemon continuously every week to this day. So
Yeah, to the fact that he didn't get a Mega Evolution, but he kind of got a Mega Evolution with Greninja.
Oh, nice and Battle Bond? Yeah.
That was like really cool.
It
like,
was amazing.
to the point that the day that I found out about that, like someone had posted on like
Good
the
old Ash
Facebook
Greninja.
thing and did the Ash Greninja thing, and I'm like, this is amazing. And to which I kept looking up videos throughout like the next 3 days of just the various like each of the battles that as how Ash Greninja progressed.
Well,
I'm
they
like,
made a
this is
whole
so
arc
beautiful.
about it, and it's really good art.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, of course he's the main character, but this is the first time Pokemon has ever stepped into, like, oh, Ash is actually a special trainer. He's the 1 in 1,000. Because before we were just like, oh, he's just some trainer who's just really good and really friends with Pokemon. But now he's the 1 in 1,000. In 1,000 years, he is the one trainer that could do this with the one Pokemon. And Froakie had a good backstory. He's just like, he was a Froakie that tried too hard, and all the other Froakies were like, no, stop trying so hard. And he's like, no, screw you. And then he went with like 15 other trainers, and then he ditched all 15 of them because they weren't good. And then Ash was like, he's like, I feel something for Ash. Let's go. Like, it was fantastic.
You feel happy about yourself now? You got it out of your way?
No.
It's
That's not the rant. That's not
Believe
the
me,
rant.
I could tell that was not the rant.
That is not the rant. That is the appreciation so far of X and Y.
That's what I'm saying. Is I appreciate what they did for that, and it was really cool.
Yeah, no, don't.
Otherwise, I'm sorry, I couldn't get into Diamond and Pearl. Ruby and Sapphire, as much as I love, that was my
Understandable.
favorite.
Diamond and Pearl was really slow.
It
Yeah,
was,
really
and the
slow.
only reason I liked it
They
because
did a whole season of nothing but like
nothing.
literally episodes of nothing, where it was just, oh, these 3 have parted ways. It was like Pokemon Best Wishes or something like that. But it's just like it was
Best
a filler.
Wishes was black and white.
Yeah,
Oh, it was black and white. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought
Yes.
that was Diamond and Pearl.
Which is also understandable because that was really slow as well.
Yes.
It was unnecessary.
When it comes to the games, though, I played every single Pokemon game. They're minus Sun and Moon.
I was like, I don't think you played.
I haven't played Sun and Moon
I
yet.
haven't played Sun and Moon, and I haven't played Diamond and Pearl.
Because I've really had a craving to play it. But my favorite one of all time is Crystal, and my favorite region is Johto.
Ruby.
That will always be my top region because they started changing up things, and it was my
Now, see,
favorite.
when we're talking regions here, personally, I was up until X and Y, I was a huge diehard Sinnoh fan. Like everything, I liked everything about Sinnoh. There was a little snow area that I like to chill out when battling people, and it was just fantastic. But then I was like, oh, X and Y came out. I played it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is an experience. We can sit down in places. Like, honestly, as small as that is, watching your character sit down and, like, squat to talk to kids and other, like, smaller Pokemon, it amazed me. I was so happy about it. But Kalos has a lot of good in my heart, really.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm proud
So
of
you're
you.
saying
Super
you're not
thank you.
calloused about it? I'm sorry.
And let the
God
bad
dang
puns
it, Barb.
Yeah, exactly. Let the bad puns commence. But I got out of it for a while. I went through rough times in my life, so
Stop doing them drugs, man.
well, I can't help it. They just magically appear in my in my
Nozomi doesn't
view.
do that for you, bruh.
Freaking-
I mean, Nozomi is the drug in this
Yeah,
case.
it is my drug. But I got back in high school with, oddly enough, it was a Kuroko no basketball AMV that my friend was making, and it was on point, and that's what brought me back. Yes. Yeah. We're looking at each other like idiots, but yes.
We have
to
a
me,
lot of puns going on
And I
here.
looked to him.
But overall,
And we said, objection. No.
my top 5s. I have a top 10. I have a top 20.
Oh, whoa! We just had a top 5. You got to stick with.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. But my top 5.
You got like 5 honorable mentions. That's cool, but you know what I'm saying.
My honorable
I was
mentions
like, we all
include
have,
the
if
following
we have
20.
honorable mentions, I guess we can just do some honorable mentions.
Always gonna have Cowboy Bebop and Trigun in my top 5. Grew up watching them. Watched them on Toonami when it came out. Was watching them on Adult Swim because that for a while, when Toonami went away, they were showing Cowboy Bebop early in the morning at 5 a.m. right before Inuyasha for a little bit, and then they pushed it back to 1. But I was always up watching it. I love it. Trigun always holds a special place in my heart because that and the number 1 on my list, I'm going to jump there, Love Live. Those two came around at a crucial point in my life that helped me get to my senses and snap me back to reality. Let's go with that. No drugs were involved. I'm seeing looks, and I can feel the looks from this drug user. But then
I just remembered one. But go ahead.
What?
Gurren Lagann.
Well, that's honorable mentions now.
That's got to be like one of my bigger honorable mentions because I know people who got saved from depression from that thanks to that show.
That's me and Love Live right there.
There's just that's what it reminded me. I was like, oh shit, wow, I forgot a bunch of Gurren Lagann.
Yeah. Because we keep getting sidetracked. Let's let you finish.
Go ahead, yeah, sorry.
And then we'll have 2 honorable mentions each.
Okay,
I already put mine out. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, yours already.
Then Angel Beats because I loved it. It was very good to me. I appreciate it, and I'm a big fan of it. True, I wish they didn't think they were going to get more than 13 episodes. So that's a different thing for a different day. And then One Piece is my other one because, oh boy, I sacrificed 8 months of my life to catch up to that, and oh boy, I don't regret it.
And you actually watch it.
I keep up with it every week. And oh boy, it keeps throwing me in loops because it's like, oh, this just happened, and we're about to do this. Stop. Then do this. Stop. Oh, Sanji's going away. Stop. All right. But Love Live came through my life, and that's always my number 1. Nozomi is waifu. She is the best waifu. She's better than your waifu. Just remember that. Okay, so.
Okay, triggering
everyone. Just remember that.
No.
We're triggering.
I just realized what we should have called this podcast: the
What?
Triggered Corner.
The Trigger Corner.
Rip.
The what? But it saved me from depression and all this, and we can save that for another day. I mentioned it on Base Damage.
Trigger Happy.
Trigger Happy would have been fantastic.
That would have been hilarious.
I mean, we still have time to.
We ain't recording this entire thing over.
No, we can change it later on.
I don't care. I just thought it just anyway.
But
Trigger Happy Havoc. I think it was like Danganronpa or something like that. Go ahead.
But you mentioned your 2 honorables, which were what?
Gurren Lagann and something else.
Something else. Okay, we're gonna keep that there.
Oh, I think I said Siren, but it's not actually an anime. It's a manga. But I wanted it to be an anime so bad because the manga's been finished for years now. Done.
Yeah.
For you, sir?
Honorable mentions. One, the one I didn't mention earlier because it holds a dear place. It's above my top 5.
Boku no
really.
Pico. What?
No.
The truck audio speakers will never be the same.
Now, everyone.
Warning headphone users.
Kyle's probably sitting here like, oh, I know why this wasn't in my top 5 because it's actually like above.
Somewhere Marvin just pulled a Mircale. Or just looking around.
Yeah, Marvin was looking for it, but no, Madoka Magica, that is my all-time favorite.
Madoka was like curveball of the century.
Yeah.
The season that it came out, it was such the biggest curveball because I was like, oh, it's just gonna be another magical girl.
I was
anime.
like, oh man, it's gonna be such a magical girl, like happy anime.
Kime is the bane of all existence.
It's like, oh, death. Oh, more death. Oh, death again. Oh, death. Oh, this isn't.
But don't lose your head over it.
Yeah. That hurt me a little bit.
I'm sorry.
My soul. And then
I don't have one
definitely,
anymore.
I kind of forgot what my second one was. TBH.
Well,
I had it, but it'll come to me later. I'll scream it out later.
A close six.
Scream it out.
Close 6 for me would be the Fate series. I love Fate Zero, Fate. We don't talk about Stay Night. We talk about Unlimited Blade Works. If we really gonna.
You have to watch Stay Night to appreciate everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
It's like I said for FMA. You appreciate by watching the bad stuff.
You appreciate the good stuff.
You appreciate the good stuff.
That is true.
And luckily, I did watch that before.
There was a dude who does like anime reviews. I won't throw out names mostly because we don't want people switching channels. But when he did reviews for various stuff, and he did a review for Guilty Crown, and I know that people didn't care for Guilty Crown. I accept its flaws because I realize it's not the greatest in the world, but I enjoyed it so much. That's why it's in my top 5. But he, at the very end of it, is like, well, I won't give this like an anime of like not to a review of not to stream it, but stream it so that you can enjoy this other stuff. And I'm like, I was ready for hearing any other bad talk, except watch this to appreciate everything else. And I'm like, what? Why would you do that? Okay, fine. But sadly, that's what I have to say for a lot of other stuff. So,
And then for the other honorable mention, I'm gonna go with Toradora.
Toradora was good.
Favorite slice of life, minus my teen romance comedy. But Toradora is up there because I actually like the dub and the sub for it. I appreciate it. I even went and met Ryuji's voice actor, his English voice actor, so it's good enough and high enough in my standings where I would actually go on my way to meet these people.
Okay.
Okay.
Now,
since we are done talking about ourselves,
Ace Attorney. That was my second one. Ace Attorney.
well, they actually did do an anime for that now.
Yeah,
so
no, it's it is my second honorable mention because I played the games. I played them all. I love them, and the anime reflected the games perfectly. It had all the facial expressions, the kooky stuff that Maya and Phoenix always gets into. And Maya's also really adorable. But yeah, no, that's my honorable mention. I told you I was screaming out eventually.
okay, yeah, I figured.
Hashtag Phoenix wrong. What?
Yes.
Objection.
Objection. Overruled. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Well,
You don't have the gavel.
good enough. All right. So we're gonna go on to our main topic for today, which is main characters. I decided this would be.
You told me dub versus sub. I'm just kidding.
I ain't gonna be one of those people. I ain't gonna be a guy going in a panty and stalking 18+ panel. Grab the mic. All right, guys, dub versus sub. Follow me at Senpai on YouTube.
Someone actually did that?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I was like, really? This is an 18+ panty and stalking panel. We're not here for that. We're here for them.
Well, I mean, they were there. He was there for it.
Yeah, he was desperate too. He had his shirt on and was doing this whole thing with it, like showing it off. Yeah. Really, really wanted it. But anyway, main topic is main characters. The good, the neutral, the bad.
I was about to say, a new main topic. How to trigger yourself.
Yeah, I know,
From
right?
that,
What do you look for when you see these characters? Like, this expands to, I will even put it out for manga and video games.
Okay, as far as when a series first starts, or the end result.
Either one. I'll let you choose.
I feel
because we're all going to have different.
Okay, so as far as when a series first starts, I look for ones that have some kind of a backstory, and obviously are not a fucking doofus. I say doofus, I'm gonna just throw one out here. Ichika from Infinite Stratos, at times, in battle, was a smart individual, but then every other time was just just, huh? What do you mean? Huh? What do you mean? Huh?
It's like Dragon Ball Super's current Goku.
That's like every Goku.
Well, no, because Goku back then wasn't that much of an idiot. Like, he's more of an idiot now than he was before.
Yeah. But, if they actually have a backstory or not, and it's a decent backstory, enough that I'm going, okay, I want to see where this goes. End result being, did that person grow over the course, or did something occur that obviously, what trials, what tribulations did this character have to go through to get to where they are? Because you can't really have too good of a story, unless it's a comedy. You can't have too good of a story. You can't have a good story without some kind of conflict, some kind of, I don't want to say exactly tragedy, but something that defines character. Yeah. It's how did this come up and you get past it? What was your outlook the entire time type thing? There's other factors in there because, you're not just going to look at the main character. It could be a guy, it could be a girl. I shouldn't just automatically say, dudes. Because there are some, there are, obviously, any anime, there are female characters I'll like over the male characters for obvious reasons. That's whatever. But, yeah.
When the females have more character, development than the main character?
That's interesting when that happens. Granted, if you do like a series that has like every character gets a little bit of a backstory type thing, that's pretty cool too. But when it or if it like centers around two people, like I don't know how to describe it exactly. Plus, it's difficult to describe stuff with nasal issues. But there has to be growth. There has to be a drive, I guess you could say, or some reason to do what they're doing. Not just I'm doing this because I want to. If you're dealing with that, you're dealing with a comedy, which to say that comedies aren't good is incorrect whatsoever. Like Konosuba, oh my god, the dude's just doing it for the walls. You know, it's great.
Easily, yeah.
But I mean, okay, go back to Gurren Lagann. That was like, okay, we've been trapped under the earth or under the surface of the earth ever. You know, we're tired of being oppressed. We're gonna get up here. And who's the main character? It's Kamina. No, it's Simon. That's whatever. Okay, well, what's going to happen? Okay, we have to get Simon to grow. Kamina dies. Oh, what triggered? I'm sorry. Yes, Kamina dies.
Spoilers.
And he
Just
grew
in case
from
you
that.
guys haven't watched it.
He grew from that. He got over it. He accepted it, and he grew from it. And it made it very, very entertaining. As well as just a multitude of other things. The drill is my penis. What? Go ahead.
Good lordy Jesus. All right. All right, Tim.
Your drill is the drill that will pierce the heaven. Have you not watched Gurren Lagann yet?
No. I told you.
Kamina dies, episode 8.
Yes, thank you.
Nope, stop this podcast. You're watching it right now. Just kidding.
Okay, hold on.
Just kidding. Anyway, I feel like the ongoing topic of this shouldn't really maintain to video game characters.
Well, no, this is anime, manga.
Well, you said video games earlier, and I feel like because you're playing.
I know. I
I was going off anime the whole time.
Yeah, I know.
No, that said, you can throw in manga, anime.
I was just saying, like, I feel like
For what you're looking for, then we're going to talk about.
I feel like that's
the
a
good,
little
the
bit
bad.
different, just because you are playing as them, so you can kind of create the own story whichever way you want.
Well, yeah, that's where
It's
the
the difference between,
Persona
like,
series comes in.
It's different between, like, a
depends on the
strategy
show.
player decides his adventure game is going to be... My bad.
Beautiful.
It's going to be, like, he's going to just go run right through. Or, like, a speed run, just runs right through. Meanwhile, clumsy players, like, hey, look, a pot. And then go break that pot. No money in it. Oh, but I played Zelda before. And then, you like, all of a sudden, you're like, my character's going to be a goofball, just breaks all the pots now.
Yeah.
So I feel like characters definitely change for games compared to whoever plays them. But when it comes to anime, I like for growth. Like, I really want a character to start off small and end up being either really badass or like, oh no, I accepted I need other people for help.
Yeah.
Like,
that's true, because there's some that just start off kind of just OP.
yeah, like I can give an example
of a
for
rogue hero.
Yeah.
That dude was just what's his name, Akatsuki. Dude was OP as fuck right off the bat, and just nobody could beat him, and he would just always be like, I am doing ninja thing, and I went done. But it got to the point where he's just like, well, I can't do everything by myself, even though I could. You know, it's just
Yeah, like a good like a way to describe this would be like Fairy Tail. Natsu started off really OP, and
Yeah, really.
even though he's grown more OP to the point he just walks into a place and the whole entire room melts.
The whole Coliseum decides to melt just with his presence.
But like, it didn't feel like refreshing to me just because I'm like, oh, he's just still OP. He didn't learn anything. He just decided, I'm stronger now. Everything melted around me. Fantastic.
That's
Compared to like Naruto, who's a great example of growth.
agreed.
He was terrible at what he does.
No, he just, oh god.
And now look at him. Family, Hokage, Rasengan's out of nowhere.
So yes, you start off. I can't do the clone jutsu properly. I had the power of every single tail beast. I have part of the power of the Sage of the Six Paths. Just GG.
Like, he started off, he couldn't do the basic clone jutsu, the one that's not even physical. It's just the one that's supposed to be a genjutsu of, oh, you can just walk right through it, but no one knows until they try to walk through it. But he, literally 10 minutes later, he's like, yeah, I stole the Chunin level one and did like 70 perfectly physical clones. I'm good at this. Yeah. And then he just keeps doing that
He's
over
horrible
and over.
at genjutsu. He's horrible at breaking out of genjutsu, too.
Yeah, I remember the one episode where Sakura just beams him on the back of the head to wake him up. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
But, like...
That's a rant for
But that's like a really good amount of growth. You watch him just spam that clone jutsu so much until he can make hundreds upon thousands. And not have any form of chakra stress or any form of just tiredness from it. Until till the Sasuke fight. Then the tiredness kind of came, but that's because he was also Kyuubi form and spamming Rasengan, which he hadn't mastered yet.
Yeah,
But,
which was still interesting. But yeah, it got to the point of just. No, you're right. That's a perfect example of overall growth over the course of the entirety of the series.
right.
All 700 plus episodes or chapters or whatever you're going by, because I don't really care for filler.
Right. And if you don't want to look at it like growth, we can take it in the form of Sword Art, where Kirito was always OP, but his growth wasn't in strength. It was in like opening up to other people.
Yeah.
Especially after the
growth of personality, not actual stats.
Especially after a certain death that hits me hard to this day. Good old R.I.P. Sachi. But
R.I.P. Sachi.
yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah, no.
Kamina. What?
Like after that death, he really started opening up to people. He started freaking out. Like it was fantastic. He grew as a person instead of growing in strength.
God.
And that's also something I like to see.
You have to watch so much anime so that we don't spoil everything for you.
It's fine.
I feel bad now that I actually spoiled Gurren Lagann.
Yeah, it's fine.
You're still watching it, BTW.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna watch it whenever I get a chance.
You don't
Okay.
have a choice.
So
Let's see Joe's
okay.
opinion.
I like good development of main characters. I will throw
We've
Love Live.
essentially all kind of said the same thing at this point.
Yes. Well, for me,
Well, I took a
don't mind
different topic from you though. I think.
Agreed.
Yeah.
how I like mine. I don't care if it's up front or later on, as long as it gets done. As long as I know you can find out the backstory for them, and you're like, oh, this is why they're like this. Oh, this is why they're attached to a certain person. Just like, I don't know, Nora and Rin from Ruby.
Yeah, but that took forever to get to their backstory. It took forever.
But we got the backstory, which I don't mind. And we're just like, well, I guess they're maybe dating. I don't know. Oh, they're not.
Oh, no,
just
they're doing
really...
more than dating. I'm going to say that right now.
Oh, we already know. But to the story, they were just
babies are real. What?
they were just really close friends, according to Ruby.
Really close.
Really
friends with
close.
benefits.
But I don't like the generic kind of like, oh, this is me. I'm just an average day guy. Like, I'm gonna go with the manga route for this one because you took anime, you took games, you started with games.
I also said manga. Siren.
Well,
Have you read Siren either?
I never heard of it until you spoke of it.
Okay, well,
Really?
Yes.
Huh. I even heard of it. That's weird.
It is good. It takes a little bit to get into it, like Hunter x Hunter was. Like,
okay.
Sadly, Hunter x Hunter took about 20 episodes to get into it. I say 10. It's more like 12. It's whatever.
See,
I said 10. I said like 20. It's more like 12. Siren probably takes about the same number in chapters, like 10 or 12 chapters, to get to be like, oh, that's what's going on. Okay, yeah, you're good.
For me, the one I hate, I like the idea of it, and I'm still reading it. But Magical Girl Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that?
I remember you showing me some scenes
from
from that.
The thing I did a review on it way long ago. But the his name is Ki Kogami. There's nothing really special about him. The only thing that really involves him with the plot is that the ones who created this are like some psycho chick that like loves him and all this. And then later on, it's like, oh, you can go back in time now. Oh, he came from the future to come and prevent this, and hoop-de-la-de-la. It's the only reason why he's special. Otherwise, he's just a normal guy. Nothing really stands out. There's no really character development for him at all yet.
Reminds me of ReZero.
I remember one of the
I was like Tim.
I remember when we were like, as good as the anime was, there was literally no growth over the course of it, which was there was growth, but I will say it's a different kind of growth. One Punch Man.
Yeah.
The only growth that occurred was you realized more and more how OP this motherfucker was. The entire time. I loved the show. It was great, but it was almost more of a comedy.
Well, I think it's
action.
listed as a comedy, to be honest. I think it's like action comedy, but...
And the other thing I hate is, the generic, there's a special because you're the one in whatever. One of the ones I don't like, I like Hard X Hybrid, like the idea of it's pretty cool, but main character's just like, oh, I'm here and I'm special because, my mom experimented on me when I was younger.
Because maids.
Exactly.
What?
No. Because it's like, oh, my mom went psycho and started putting these hybrid things in me. You gotta watch it.
Yuki. What? No, you said psycho. That's all I thought. Was Yuna.
So just
you know.
The only reason why he's special is because his mom went crazy. It's the only reason why he's special. And he has this like test hybrid that makes him like he can like give other girls power. It's like really weird and
that
very
thing.
the super fan servicey one. That's
Oh.
borderline porn.
There's a lot of anime that's borderline porn.
Well, this one is literally just
I know exactly which one you're talking about.
the one
now.
our friend Matt showed us.
Yeah.
Kanokon.
Well,
Borderline porn. I'm just saying. Fox Girl's in it. He's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's how he gets his
Kanokon.
Yeah, you and your ADHD is randomly
I
kicking
think
in.
all three of us have ADHD in some way, shape, or
Well,
form.
I know I do for a fact.
Well, no, I picked it up and I was like, the mic's near me. Go away. I'm gonna
But
stop that.
otherwise, video game wise, like Persona series, I don't mind you being a neutral main character for the fact of all the other main characters get the story development and you can learn about them. You go through their hard times. You learn what they're going through and see them accepting themselves.
Depending on how the video game character itself feels, you could be the one putting them through those hard times. Why? Put down the controller.
Why do you do this to me?
Why you do this? Why?
Why is there a cord in my back? What the?
But let's get on to the second part
What
of
can I
this
see
topic.
behind me but not in front of me? What on earth?
What do you view as good main characters? What do you...
Do you mean like example wise?
Yeah, like, example... So, like, for me, it would be Ryuji. He's just this guy, OCD guy, trying to live his normal life when, bam, his neighbor all of a sudden comes out of nowhere and, like, I'm going to wreck your world. I'm going to destroy your world, kind of. Not, like, actually destroy it. That's his personal world. And where she starts coming over every day, starts getting food from him, and then it turns into a love story, and then everyone enjoys it by the end.
Okay, this is going to be interesting.
That's a short... I just... Because Toradora is, like, the to-go-to
He just did a
example.
review all in like 20 seconds.
Yes.
Yo, okay.
It's a very good anime, which I should really suggest.
Okay. And what as far as just like a very good one, Yo Denny Fenton, he was just 14 when his parents built a very strange machine. No, sorry.
All right. We're going to the cartoons, I guess. I mean,
you gotta catch the ball, man, because he's the Venom.
It wasn't a Pokeball, it was a thermos. God, it was a great thermos, too.
yes, exactly. So,
I'm not gonna lie though, if he didn't come in, I was about to continue that rap for the entire thing.
Oh, God.
That song is
It's
amazing.
great. Okay.
Do you need time to think?
Is
I
it
kind of have a
sad
small
that
one.
I can't really pick an example?
you don't have any, like, this was a good main character.
As much as I've watched, there's too many. But then the problem, there's too many that could say, okay, starting off, this was a great character.
And then it went downhill.
But everything has their flaws. That's the problem. As much as I try to analyze each of the things going on, there's too many flaws that I will still pick on and nitpick on throughout the entirety of it. In one way, shape, or form, either the person's too OP, either they have too much plot armor, in some way, shape, or form, or they're a doofus.
Tatsumi?
Tatsumi was a doofus in some way, shape, or form. Anywho, Tatsumi was still cool, but no.
Poor Tim, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He just... No.
I recently was
Informed.
I was informed of the truth of a comic I kill.
Yeah, reasons. Also, funny thing, Bulat also dies in episode 8. He's also voiced by Comet as voice actor. That's whatever.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, things that you didn't know that you
Are
now
we
know.
talking about Gurlagan still? Is that what you're talking about?
Gurlagan Kamina, voice actor.
Yeah.
Same as Bulat from Akamega Kill. Both die in episode 8.
I'm used to dying in an episode.
I had to look through other anime that the dude's been in after that. I was just like, okay, how many times is it?
Be sure there's a spoiler text.
Okay, I'll put it. I'll
That's going to be the background. Is something about you are in a spoiler area.
Oh, yeah,
This is a
definitely.
spoil
You are
zone.
easily triggered.
Definitely.
We need to come up with a banner for this too. We need to figure that out, but don't worry about.
I'm stepping into the trigger zone.
I'm really trying to. I really would think this would be a good trigger zone. That would be a nice
Trigger zone?
name. Yeah.
Just halfway through of it, you somehow make YouTube like change the name of the podcast in the middle of watching it. Like even on the description of it, it'll say Joe's Corner, and then at like a certain point there, it just magically changes.
There's like a link right in the middle. The moment the video hits that link, just straight up changes video, changes link, changes description.
Everything just goes.
Just to think of JoJo.
changes comments.
Just to
Because
think
people
of-
who commented in the middle of it get caught out.
wow, this is so much better. You know? Ha! You thought you were watching one thing, but it was I, Joe. Anyway, as far as even if you try to go by the points of ideal characters to start off, I can't because there's too many flaws that I will some way, shape, or form find. Like, I can find good ones, but as far as just like the ideal one, no. There's no way to pick an ideal anime character because there's going to be something that I find about it that I'm going to be like, why don't you pick a girl? Oh my god, pick a girl. You know, just, oh, no, the main dude from Kanama Shoujo. Done. Anyway, what? I can't, just kidding.
Good. I'm sorry. That's where I would put either a neutral or bad. Because, I mean, he has some development to it, but it's
his
more
development starts off first. I tried to propose to this girl. Have you played it?
Kanama Shoujo?
Do you care?
Yes, I don't care, but I went out of my way to play one line through. Not one. I mean, like one line isn't like one single playthrough. Not like going keep
he played
trying to figure out all the different lines. I played through it once.
What did you choose?
I was gonna. I'll get back to that. That's what I was gonna ask, but go ahead.
Oh, I don't remember her name.
Was it the legless girl, the blind girl?
Wow! Oh, wow! Just scared.
We're gonna just
Which disability did she have going from Kyle's thing? In what way, shape, or form did you feel like there was something not existent on your body?
No, she could have been scarred.
Not existent flesh.
Yeah. He's got a point. Can't
Not existent feeling, you know, whatever.
Oh dear. So you're gonna have a playthrough of that on your channel, right?
I already did some voice acting for it.
Yeah, but that was you just bullshitting. I'm
that
talking
was
like actually going through.
Once I get OBS to work,
I will help. I will voice Misha.
Kenji Maru.
I will voice Kenji and Misha. Why?
He's
just
Kenji.
Because.
We already have it. We already have this.
Damn it.
Because I have to give him the Orochimaru voice.
Okay, that works.
Yes.
Okay, so I have to
Why,
do.
hello there, protagonist. It is I, Kenji Maru.
Okay.
Shit.
I'll still just do Misha.
Anyway, so which disabled girl was it?
I'm pretty sure it was the legless one, if I remember correctly.
Emmy.
Yes.
Okay.
Did you run a lot?
Wait. I can easily figure this out by saying 3 words.
Was there?
Lemon flavored lube. Does that ring a bell?
A little bit.
Then yes.
Okay.
All right.
That's what she. Okay.
Not personal life in the game, sir.
No, in the game. Let's be real. Well,
Okay.
no, let's not be real.
Okay. It opened up with the dude literally just proposing to a girl. She rejects him, and he has a heart attack. He has a motherfucking heart attack right then and there. Finds out, oh, I've had this thing my whole life. It just now got triggered because I'm a feels guy, you know. And now I have to deal with this. All of a sudden, it's like easily triggerable at any other point. Even though, wow, you've never done strenuous exercise any other point in your life before this point, to somehow have magically triggered it. I'm sorry. See, I still found a flaw, even though I'm trying to point out a good thing. See, I loopholes.
Look, loopholes are fine. Or sometimes even the great guys always have flaws.
Don't worry.
Agreed.
When we get further down here, I got a bunch of flaws I'd like to point out on a couple anime.
Specifically Kanama Shoujo, or
No, not that at all. Actually,
you're saying you could run with it? I'm sorry.
He doesn't appreciate my running jokes. I don't know.
No,
I don't know what to tell you, man. She ran all the time. So
I don't know why. Did you use the legless one? Yeah. Did you run a lot?
It's a valid question. I mean,
it is a valid question, but people who haven't played the game, the context of it sounds pretty unfortunate.
I actually have a separate rant about this. I'm more picking on Rooster Teeth at some point, but I will get to that later.
We can do that on a later podcast.
Yeah, it's whatever. Okay, I apologize. I took way too much of that. I can't pick an ideal character. There's no way, shape, or form I can do that.
Okay.
I mean, I kind of said that straight out, and then we tangented.
And then we tangented into, like, here's all the aspects of a good idea character, but I can't choose one.
It's like, no, I picked all the aspects that I would be like, there's umpteen aspects that I would somehow find and go, no.
Yeah, I understand. There's definitely no perfect character out there, but I'm trying to
I'm not saying perfect character. I'm just saying, for what the story was, whatever the anime, manga, game was the character good? Like, when you think of a good story, you think of a character like this. Like, for me, like I said, for Yuji. For his story, he fit it perfectly.
I thought you meant, like, going into the anime. Like, I'm talking episode 1 through 3
No.
has
I
this
just said
gripped you yet?
I was giving freaking.
Oh, you thought we meant like from the get go?
From the get go, and I'm
Oh, no.
oh god.
No. Then like no one's good then.
Yeah.
Like
That's where I was going with that. I'm just going. Oh,
no,
God.
I was saying if
Yeah.
by the end of it they were a good main character, they were okay, or they were shitty.
Great character, like I said, Simon from Gurren Lagann, done.
Okay, there you go.
Then
That's the one you think of when you think good character.
If I think good character has had great development over the course of the thing, and has literally punched the bad guys in the face, not giving a shit, and just oh god, watch the movies. Don't watch anything else. Just watch the movies. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, talking about punching bad guys and not giving a shit, obviously.
Saitama.
Well, no. I definitely would probably cast my vote for Yusuke Urameshi. I feel like he's a pretty decent character.
He would also punch people in the face without giving a shit.
Yeah, he would. He would indeed. And also, I felt like, going back to my growth segment, I feel like he had really good growth as a character. Because we started out with him, Kuwabara. They're just basically school street thugs fighting whenever they felt like fighting and not doing their homework.
Well,
I
admit it was kind of weird when you found out, my dad just happens to be like a demon.
Well, that was way later in the series.
That was so way later, but at the same time, it's just like, so couldn't he have seen spirits early on? Like
yeah.
If you look at any other character that's ever been like, a child of a demon or whatever, they in some way, shape, or form could see spirits, see supernatural things, whatever. And he didn't get it until he became a ghost.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I died in the first episode. God dang it, Urameshi.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
But, like, at least we got to see really quick growth. Like, I don't think in this day and age I guess we could if they have a heart of gold somewhere in there. But I don't think we're going to see, like, a random street thug who just skipping on her homework. I don't think we're going to see him just run out to save a kid. Like, that's me having little to no hope in humanity, probably.
No, that sounds legit.
Yeah.
But I definitely...
Trump. What?
No politics, please. But no. I definitely do think that as the anime continued on, we saw a good amount of growth in him. Like, all of a sudden he started caring about the other people around him. I mean, after he died, he was like, oh, I thought it was going to be the whole entire anime was him going to be, I need to get back into my human form. So I'm going to pretend like I care and then get back. No, he started accepting other people. He started fighting for other people. He started... Him and Kuwabara became friends. Who would have thought that at the beginning of the anime? Definitely. And then, randomly, Kurama, Hiei, all of them just came up. And they were enemies, and all of a sudden, oh, we're friends now. The end.
Wait, they're already hosting my funeral? Yeah, they posted your death on YouTube. That explains it.
And then not to mention, best character development in the show was Yusuke's mom. Didn't care 1 minute the moment he died. Yusuke! My baby boy! And all of a sudden, boom, she cared.
I'm sorry, I just said, I was about to say something and I realized I can't. It just sounded like, it made me sound like a Southern Baptist woman from like church. My baby boy! Oh, Lord! Hey,
but no, definitely, I feel like he's a pretty good character overall. Except for the ending where he's like, oh man, yeah, didn't you know I'm half demon?
Hey, Mom. You got some...
Hey, Mom, where's Dad then? Oh, I spirit gunned him earlier. Whoops. Anyway.
Dad says hi. What? From hell. Or in the... where was he? Like in the dart tournament? No, he wasn't in the dart tournament. I forget where his dad was. It was whatever.
He was somewhere, yeah.
Well, yeah, it's kind of the fact of... I'm going to take a segment from another YouTuber, DPYGO. You got some explaining to do.
Basically.
When did you fuck a demon? What?
Like I said before, Ryuji, we'll beat this horse until it gets into your skull. But I'm not going to talk about him anymore. I'm going to talk about Hanukkah.
I know the perfect thumbnail to give you, and that's the one that was useful at the second podcast.
Huh.
Earl, if you're somehow listening to this, we love you. I'm not trying to push anything, but we love you.
The thing beating a dead horse.
Yes, we need that.
Right.
Not a real dead horse. That'd be kind of awkward for everyone to watch.
It was like a bear with a stick hitting a donkey, and I'm like, and Tim's like, I think that's where I said beating a dead horse. I'm like, why am I the bear? Why does it look like a donkey? It was great, yeah.
I like Hanukkah's character development because, I love all of Muse's character development to be exact.
I thought you said Hanukkah, and I'm going,
I'm sitting there thinking,
It's my accent. It's my
Oh,
accent.
so your holiday developed now.
Hanukkah, oh Hanukkah.
Tell Veronica, there's no Hanukkah. Grab
Adam
your
Sandler.
yarmulke.
I love Adam Sandler so much, but
We hate that dude. Anyway,
oh, you hate him. I love him. I'm sorry.
Adam Sandler. I couldn't think of his name.
Yes,
Yeah, he's hilarious.
I was just saying, I just said his
Mr.
name.
Deeds was great. Anyway,
I love all Muse's character development. Minus Hanayo, she was
no. By the end of it, she
I
realized
was-
her true love for alpacas.
yeah, well, yeah, true. So did Katori,
She realized her true love.
but
She was a bird. She flew away.
Hanayo's was basically, oh, I'm scared to do this. Two of my friends pushed me. Okay, get rid of glasses for context.
There was certain ones who
That stood
each of
out.
them had tidbits of development, but over the course of the thing, you're right. Honoka was probably the one who got the most development.
Well, she's main character.
Main.
Main. But out of all that, my favorite two are Hanukkah's and Nozomi's.
I figured.
Well, I mean, come on. This is why I love her. Me and her have the same background. We moved around a lot. We hardly have any friends. Around high school is when we actually settled. Like, after we met each other in middle school, I moved around and, like...
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, I never knew that.
Freaking, I never sat in one
What he's
spot.
saying is he got around.
Yes, I did. Even when I was a child. I'm my wee friend here. No.
I heard Santa ain't real.
That's when I knew I had to start acting out.
Poor Maki. What? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
sure.
But no, I kept moving around, and once in high school, I finally made friends. We sat down. My parents were like, we're not going anywhere anymore. Here you go. So I made friends, made actual true friends, and I didn't, become an idol or anything. I didn't say that. The realism of her backstory
Also,
is
where's your idol and your other 8 idols?
they're on vacation. It's okay.
Singing in the shower.
Singing in the rain. No, that's what stood out to me because me and her have the same background almost. Minus
the
I didn't go to the North Pole or South Pole when I was like 5, but well, then that and plus our birthdays are 3 days apart, but that's not the point. So that's my favorite overall. I know I completely skipped Hanukkah's, but we're running out of time. So we're gonna move on to neutral characters. Is there any that were like okay, but they really didn't do anything to stand out much?
Oh, dreidel.
I made it out of clay.
Okay. God, there was one. I can't even say didn't stand out for this. There was an anime called Engaged to the Unidentified where the main dude, I didn't realize was the main dude until about halfway into the first episode. That's because he didn't stand out. They're like, oh yeah, this is the dude because he moved in and da-da-da-da-da. I'm just like,
Okay.
I don't remember seeing him in the opening. Wait, what? When he was okay, there was 2 points where he was in the opening. What? Sorry, that's what I imagine when I hear when I think didn't show up, didn't matter, didn't neutral, whatever. As much as I hate to say, as much as I love Gundam, there's a lot of Gundam characters that.
I thought he was about to say Kirito. I was like,
Nah.
He's trying to trigger some people.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
he
sorry.
stood out
I was
quite hard.
Screaming at my computer, yelling, "Kill him! Kill him!" When he had the knife at the dude's throat.
I mean, I would have. I'd be like, granted, that means my
I would've
version of
done
Kirito would have been in jail.
No, what you do
It's
is
only legal if you get caught.
you put the body in the back of that van and you're good to go. Okay.
But hey, man, when he Falcon need Homeboy, that was good enough for me.
Just face to van. No, for real. I was screaming at my computer at like 2 a.m. Kill him! Kill him! Kill him!
I mean,
my
I
dad
would've.
opens my door, going, "What the hell?"
Is there a Satan ritual going on here?
I would have been like, and then it would have been
See,
great.
okay,
Done.
no. As much as I love a lot of Gundam and a lot of things that go on, that's kind of what happens with a lot of Gundam. I'm Setsuna from Gundam 00. As much as I love him, Mikazuki from Iron Blooded Orphans, and the list could go on. But Najer from Unicorn. It's just, I know you haven't watched probably any of this. And
I've seen a little bit of Gundam. I haven't watched a lot. Gundam.
This isn't One Piece.
Gum give me gum.
Okay, but I'll just say a lot of them. You knew they were the main character. They got a little bit of backstory, but they did not particularly stand out. You're more watching the robots fight. As the pilot, you had a couple that there was some growth over it, yes, but it took like 2 or 3 seasons. I'm
Like-
sorry, Setsuna did not become the badass that he. I mean, he was badass, but you didn't recognize him as the badass until the movie.
Yeah, like that's why I dislike mech animes, and I think Gundam made me grow up to not like mech animes really. So I'm like, oh, this pilot looks cool. You get like one episode of like this whole introduction of like, here's the pilot's backstory, and you're like, cool. It's a pilot. He has a backstory. He's out here doing whatever, and then you almost never see that pilot again. You just see him. You just see, oh no, we're in danger. Pilot running. Oh cool, he's about to run and get in the Gundam, right? He gets in the Gundam. Cool, we're gonna see him have some really hard decisions to make, right? Laser, laser, laser. Gundam sword. Laser, laser, laser. Gundam sword. We win!
I mean,
And I'm like, huh.
so
Where'd the pilot go?
so in Iron Blooded Orphans, you don't see beam weaponry until way later. Anywho, what?
Yeah, I see I've been watching Iron Blooded Orphans because I do feel more like they focus on the pilots a little bit more, considering it's named after them or for them.
Yeah.
And they do focus on them a lot more than previous Gundams, so I've actually been
Agreed.
okay with watching Iron Blooded.
That's why I say Mikazuki to a degree, but by the beginning of the second season, you were feeling for this guy. I'm sorry, you can't.
Yeah,
feel
no,
half your
definitely.
body. Ugh.
Definitely,
Jesus.
yeah.
Watch the anime.
Yeah, well. All right, so any neutral ones come to your mind?
I see the one that's on the paper in front of me.
Oh, okay. You can say I have another one, so you can use that.
one's
okay.
You.
Well, it's Yu Narukami from Persona 4 anime, but he almost doesn't count because
Chica, because
Well-
she's a mirror image of Hanako. What? I'm just kidding.
That's why I specifically said the anime.
yeah. Well, no, even then, because it's based off the
the
video game where
game.
you make decisions. So like, he's almost a blank state.
Keep going. I have to blow my nose.
You should.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. No, like he is a.
Kool-Aid will be back shortly.
He will be. But no, he is a blank state. You just choose what you form him. You form him from the ground up. He is untouched Play-Doh that you formed into the Statue of Liberty. Don't ask how you did it. You just did
I just did it.
it. But no, I almost feel like he doesn't count. But he's a good contender though. He's definitely up there.
Those people.
Yeah, they got a little bit louder.
This first podcast is gonna be weird.
Yeah, we're not
'Cause
in
the
our
first
we're
one-
not locked in the freezer. We are.
This is
indeed
not our
out in
usual
the open.
recording thing. We're making do.
I realize
But
my name's Kool-Aid and I probably should have busted through the wall, but that's whatever.
okay,
Hi, I'm
yes.
back.
Out of
do you
question
have
how you
any
got
more?
behind counter.
You can't catch me here. Just kidding.
Just keep on running.
If you give me time to think of one, you can go to your
Okay,
back.
I'm going to go to mine. The one that stands out for me the most right now, like just came to my mind. It's Tatsuya Shiba. He's from the regular at Magic High School.
Yeah.
The guy who's OP throughout the whole thing.
He's Jesus.
He's
Oh,
Jesus, pretty much.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
And
yeah,
he
yeah,
has
he's a
no
good one.
development whatsoever. It's just this is my backstory. Done.
Like I said, that's the same as about Saitama
Yeah.
from One Punch Man.
Yeah, he's just OP from the beginning, and he's along for the ride. He's protecting his little sister here, and that's pretty much all he does. And he's like, "Oh, I'm this famous
I
guy
don't
who
consider that
created."
neutral, though. I just consider that a giant middle finger to everyone else in the series.
Well, yeah. I consider it neutral because overall his personality was there from the get go, and I kind of like it as the I'm here, I can do whatever, and I really don't care.
Sister was adorable.
Yes, and she is a great fighter in fighting climax. But well, yeah, that's the one that comes to my mind right now because he's just there for the ride, and he's OP, and he just does OP things when he wants to. There's yeah, what?
Trigger Corner. That would have been great for a Wise podcast as well because you do trigger.
Oh
climaxes
yeah,
and
true. Ooh,
God
Just been up-
bless.
we're thinking up the different names here. Yeah, I was saying earlier, this podcast is gonna be weird. It's gonna be a long one because we spent 20 minutes talking about ourselves.
Oh
did.
God, I already passed an hour. Okay.
Yeah. When he said we were running out of time, I was like,
We probably
we're
need
at
to go ahead.
57 minutes.
We probably need to go ahead and like cut this one short.
Well,
I say cut short when it's already past an hour, but we probably need to go ahead and be wrapping up.
yeah. So
Oh,
quickly,
Denny Fenton, it was just for. Oh, not that rap. Sorry.
bad main characters. I feel like we could go on forever about this, but you need to sit here and decide.
Bad main character.
Like I wrote down on a piece of paper. Generics that don't stand out. Do you have any that come
The
to mind?
generics that don't sit out. No, bad.
I was like, bad main characters is what I want to talk about here.
Go for it.
Go
All
for
right, Subaru. Terrible main character. Terrible.
Fun watching him suffer. That's about
Yeah, he is a terrible main character. Like, I have a pet peeve for harem anime. I don't like it when the girl is decided episode 1, minute 1, and then we get
Spoilers.
straight
Ah.
up. Well, whatever. You already got the spoiler tag, but
But Ren wasn't until episode 4.
Yeah, I know, right? Ram was around there too.
But no,
I think.
like,
I don't.
It's
it's
at the
really
same
bad
time.
to lead you on saying like, oh, he's gonna be able to choose this girl, that girl, whatever, when he's already got his heart set. Episode 1. It's the same reason why I'm really 50-50 on Kirito.
Episode 18.
Except for it took Kirito a lot longer than episode 1 to find his true one.
I do like that he actually was, like, by the end of it,
It was like, this is the one.
like this. Okay. About 3 episodes into SAO starting as an anime, I found out about the light novel and decided I want to read all of this light novel, and I streamlined through reading the light novel translations that were available before episode 5 was out. So I knew everything that was going to happen for the entirety of it. And as I'm reading where, like, Kirito is basically being pulling himself out of the bed after just getting out of SAO, it's like, his muscles haven't been used in, like, what, 2 years? Or no,
Yeah.
I forget how long they were in SAO.
I think was it a year?
It
or
was
two?
2. It was 2 years,
2
2.5
years.
years.
Muscles that haven't been used in 2 or 3 years. He has got to be in extreme pain, and he is trying to hunt for Asuna. That's it.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
See, I can appreciate Sora though because he didn't have the girl chosen except for obviously the one that
I
died.
almost killed a dude over you.
But like,
Your muscles aren't working either. I'm going to make out with you in the hospital bed. But
right? But no, he had his entire arc of like different women he's hung out with. They all obviously like him and want some. He obviously is like, you know what? I feel like you're a good friend or above average friend. But then towards the end, he's like, oh, I've been through a lot with Asuna. So I'm going to choose Asuna. Like, that makes more sense than just episode 1. I just met you, and then I died. And now I feel like you're the only one for me. Forget the other girls who just spent entire 30 minutes confessing their love and their, like, planned future with me. Nah, you who just bossed me around, I like you. Like, I'm sorry, I dislike Subaru. That's a whole rant for another time, though.
yeah. Bad characters as far as starting off. Thomas the Tank Engine. What?
Yeah, he's okay, but he sucks. Yes,
I heard his mouth doesn't move when he talks too much, but...
I really could go on for a long
I already said who I hate. The guy from Hard X Hybrid. I don't even remember his name. He doesn't say not that much. Like, I don't
Going
remember
back
his
to
name.
Infinite Stratus, Ichika. I just didn't like him. You were supposed to be like the main OP character of this, and your like special attack drains your own barrier to the point that you can't use your abilities. You're bad. You're horrible. You're bad. You need to die.
Well, is there anything that you guys want to mention, comment, want to throw out
Please
there before?
check out Base Damage.
I'll have to put 2 links in there now because we mentioned it twice.
I mean, I would for you.
Base damage, base damage, base damage, base damage.
Oh.
What was that, 5?
That was
So,
4. That was 4. So you got 6 things.
I'll just have the link with an X beside it 5. There you
I
go.
mean, if you think about it, that wouldn't be too bad to... I mean, just plug it in, sure, because... I mean, we talk about Vice Shorts, which is a whole bunch of different animes anyway, to which we're like, okay, well, they cover these abilities very well for the cards because of X personalities. So.
That's a topic we can talk about.
You know what?
Card games.
You know
Anime
what?
card games.
Last time
Oh,
I was
wow,
on-
like we do on our podcast.
Well, we specifically talk about 1.
No, we've talked about several.
Well,
Haven't you heard his
See,
rants about Fairy Tale in the middle of
Yeah,
whatever?
I mean, last time I was on the podcast, I went on that same exact subject you just mentioned with Priscilla. So I
Yeah.
could do that.
So, I mean, for real.
I can be down with
especially
it.
when we're like, okay, you know, future sets that we would like to come out. We probably mentioned like 12 different anime in that thing. I don't know.
Oh yeah, we mentioned that topic when we had like
talking
7
about-
people in there.
Yeah.
like the DBZ card game and the Love Live
what?
card DBZ. The
You're
One Piece.
speaking Sonic 06 to me. I don't know what you're talking about. It doesn't exist.
No one does.
Yeah, well, apparently people do. They brought it back.
No.
Sonic 06 doesn't exist. What doesn't exist? I don't know. I just said something. Whatever.
I just said words. Anyway, the crowd outside's starting to
Pay
get
no
loud.
attention to the man behind the curtain.
The crowd outside's starting to get loud, so we gotta pull this to a close here. Is there any final remarks?
Watch Gurren Lagann.
Watch Gurren Lagann. Okay.
No, I ain't got anything.
Watch Madoka Magica. Okay.
Okay.
And
Don't
watch
lose
Love
your head
Live.
over it.
Well, I can't help it if it happens. All right. Anyway, peace out for now, people.